and welcome to this week's Wellbeing Wednesday. We are diving in today to a topic that I know is at the front of your mind: the importance of maintaining a healthy weight after breast cancer. But I'm going to be sharing something a little different. I'm going to be sharing with you a sustainable anti-diet approach. So hang out with me. I know for many breast cancer survivors that life after treatment can feel like a really delicate balancing act, right? On the one hand, there's that relief being done and moving beyond treatment and embracing life again. On the other hand, and this was more the case for me, I have to say, there are new challenges that surface. Challenges like getting your energy back, managing stress. I found that my anxiety was sky high all the time. And of course, maintaining a healthy weight, which we've been told over and over that is necessary to reduce our risk of recurrence. And so you may have already heard this advice, right? Nothing new. It's crucial for reducing the risk of recurrence. But what exactly does that mean for you? Especially if you're exhausted, your motivation has taken a hike, and diets maybe haven't been successful for you in the past. And so it might feel really overwhelming or unsustainable. And how can you approach healthier eating in a way that supports your well-being without falling into the trap of restrictive dieting? Well, my friend, today we're going to dive into why maintaining a healthy weight after breast cancer matters, the role that plays in your overall health and well-being, and how you can make sustainable changes without stress. That's a key piece for me. I'll also introduce my upcoming masterclass that offers a gentle anti-diet approach to getting started on your journey to healthier living. So look out for that. I'll be talking about that more at the end. Now, if we haven't yet met, my name's Karen Don Maestro. I'm a health coach, breast cancer, breast implant illness, and BRCA thriver. And I teach a step-by-step anti-diet system that makes eating healthier after breast cancer as simple as following your favorite chocolate chip cookie recipe. Okay. I want to eliminate that stress. I want to eliminate the fact that this feels so hard, and it's possible. Okay. So let's start with, why does weight matter after breast cancer? Now, you may have researched this already. You may have read multiple articles or even spoken to your doctor about it. And what my findings were that many studies have shown that maintaining a healthy weight after breast cancer can help reduce the risk of recurrence. This is because excess body fat can affect our hormone levels, including estrogen, which, if you, like me, had hormone receptive breast cancer, this is important, right? And so estrogen is just one of the things that can fuel the growth of hormone receptive breast cancers. Now, additionally, inflammation, which is more common in people with excess weight, has also been linked to a higher risk of recurrence. Now, inflammation is the root cause of all serious disease, including breast cancer, but also heart disease, diabetes, every autoimmune disease, everything that we see increasing in our world today can be linked to inflammation. And so keeping our weight in a healthy range is just one of the ways that we help to manage these factors, right? I want to give you back control, right? I think so often when we go through breast cancer, we feel like we're just out of control. We're on this conveyor belt going from test to test and doctor to doctor and surgery and procedure and treatment, chemo, radiation, all of the things. And it can often feel like we're just out of control. We're just doing what we need to do to literally survive. And so I want to give you more control over your health and your future. Okay, so that you can claim that back. But I want to make it really clear that maintaining a healthy weight does not mean following strict diet rules or chasing an ideal number on the scale. It's about finding a weight that actually supports your energy levels, your hormonal balances, and your overall health and well-being. And having worked in health and wellness for over 22 years at this point in time, I have seen people who would have more than 30% BMI, which would be in the US considered obese. I have seen people who are extraordinarily thin. I have seen all and everywhere in the spectrum in between. And I've seen people who are considered obese with amazingly healthy blood work, hormonal ranges, and energy levels. And I've seen people who are extraordinarily thin with blood work that is, I don't want to say alarming, but certainly that needs attention, right? That there are some nutritional deficiencies, that energy is lacking, that hormones are way out of balance. And so being healthy isn't a one size fits all situation. And I want to be really, really clear on that. Now, I'm not advocating for you to be super skinny thin or to be obese. There is that middle ground, but I do want to say that that middle ground looks different for all of us, in my opinion, right? So it's not just about that number on the scale. In fact, I think the scale is one of the cruelest things ever invented. But it's about how you feel, how your blood work is looking. Are your, tumor markers down and low? I mean, that's such an important thing for us, right? So I think it's really important to note that after breast cancer, your body has been through so much already. And not just physically, but emotionally and mentally as well. Because I talk about our journey through breast cancer holistically. It's not just physically. And it's one of the things that I think shocked me dramatically through my own journey. But what it needs now is nurturing, right? We use the word healing, we use the word recovery, and to achieve those things, our bodies need to be nurtured and taken care of in a sustainable way so that you get to feel strong and healthy again without added pressure, because that pressure, that stress is counterintuitive, my friend. That's why it's so important that we approach this from an anti-diet way, mindset approach, so that we're not putting that added pressure on ourselves. Okay. So let's talk about the trap of diet culture. And I call it a trap because I believe that we've all been indoctrinated into this trap, right? And you might be thinking, I know I should lose weight, right? To get into that healthy weight place. But what do you do if you don't have energy or your willpower has taken a hike and you just don't have it in you to start another diet, right? These are things that I hear frequently from people. And I want you to know that you're not alone in feeling that way, because I've spoken to hundreds of women who feel the exact same way. Diets are frustrating. They feel restrictive. You feel deprived. And here's the thing. Diets do not work. And I'm saying that with such conviction. And I really want you to hear me, because I am giving you permission right here, right now, to never diet again. Here's why. Here's why, my friend. 98% of women who go on a diet will lose weight. You might be one of these women, but will gain that weight back and more within 2 years. I want to say that again because I really want this to land with you. 98% of women who go on a diet will lose weight, but will gain that weight back and more within 2 years. That statistic means that diets don't work. That statistic means there's nothing wrong with you. The system is broken. This diet trap, this diet culture that we've all been indoctrinated into is a broken system. So it's not you, but it means that we can't keep doing that because it's not going to help us achieve what we want to achieve, right? Diets are not designed for long-term success. They focus on a quick fix. They're unrealistic. You feel deprived. The expectations are beyond ridiculous, right? And many of them are asking you to cut out entire food groups, right? The most common suggestion that I see for people after breast cancer is to be vegetarian. Now, I'm not saying that being vegetarian wouldn't be beneficial to you. I want to be clear on that. However, what if you love a good, juicy burger? What if you enjoy your grilled chicken and you don't want to give these things up? Then you're not even going to try being vegetarian or even adding more vegetarian meals into your rota because it feels too extreme. And I think so many of us, after going through something like breast cancer, we're saying, I don't want to live without the things that I love. I went through cancer. I fought this. Don't I deserve to have a bit of fun with the food I'm eating? This is why my approach is an anti-diet approach, because I think that we require a different kind of approach after breast cancer. One that actually honors your unique needs and helps you nourish your body in a gentle and sustainable way. My approach is different and it works versus the system that is broken. And a key part of this is moving away from the all or nothing mindset, which is a diet, right? Diets are all or nothing. Either you're on track or you're off track. Either you're having a good day or a bad day. This is our diet mentality. But I want you to know that you do not have to overhaul your entire diet or hit a certain goal in a record time to be successful. Instead, I invite you to focus on small, manageable changes that fit into your life. Now, this sounds easy, right? But it isn't, because there's a different mindset and a different approach that you may need to learn that might not. It's like, okay, Karen, yeah, I know I need to do these things, but how? Right? Inside my Resilient Routines program is how I teach you the how. Okay, so you don't need to worry about the how. But I want you to imagine what it would feel like if you were actually focusing on these small, manageable changes and how much more energy you'd have, right? How much less stress you'd have because you were actually taking action instead of procrastinating about it, right? This is what's possible when you look at a different approach. Now, another really important factor to consider when it comes to our weight after breast cancer is stress. I hate the word, right? Stress. Something that we've normalized so much in our life. But many women don't realize how much stress plays a role in weight management. Now, I know that when we're stressed, our body won't give up the weight. I've seen that for decades in my practices, decades. And so if you've recently finished treatment, your body is likely still in recovery mode. But even if you're 6 months out, a year out, 2 years out, 10 years out, unless you've learned how to work on that healing the trauma that you've been through, you may still be feeling high levels of stress, high levels of anxiety. And this increased stress can lead to weight gain. Or, as I said, difficulty losing weight, especially around the abdomen. Now, we hear a lot about the Buddha belly, right? If you've had a double mastectomy or even a single mastectomy, but often we're dealing with a Buddha belly where our belly feels suddenly expanded, right? This is not unusual. Hormonal changes due to surgery, due to inflammation, due to medications, so many reasons. And stress. This going through breast cancer is mentally, emotionally, and physically stressful. It is a trauma. And so our body reacts to that in physical ways as well as the emotional and mental ways. Right. And this can happen, this extra layer around the abdomen. We go through hormonal changes, right? Many of us are going into menopause. But it changes also because of levels in our cortisol. Our cortisol levels can change, which when that happens, and cortisol is our stress hormone, that influences how our body stores fat. So while the numbers on the scale might not be the whole picture, I want you to know that stress management plays a huge part in maintaining a healthy weight. That's why my goal is not just to help you eat healthier, but stress less about eating healthier, making it easy and simple to do. That's why I look at that two-pronged approach there. And this is why finding a more holistic approach, one that addresses not just the food, but also stress reduction and self-care and emotional well-being is so important. Right? It is key to being successful with getting yourself to that place of maintaining a healthy weight. So taking care of your mental health is equally as important as taking care of your physical health when it comes to reducing the risk of cancer recurrence. So you might be asking, Karen, how do we break free from the diet mentality and focus on something more sustainable? Well, one of the most effective ways is by practicing something called mindful eating. This means listening to your body's hunger and fullness cues, savoring your meals, and choosing foods that make you feel good both mentally and physically. Now, what this might look like is, for so many of us, we're having dinner on a tray in front of the TV and we're just stuffing down the food because it's there. We're not even focused on the food. We're focusing on the show on TV. I'm guilty of that too. Okay. Don't think that I don't do those things. Those are human things for us to do. But here's where the difference might happen between you and I. Instead of just shoveling because the food is there, then I stop. I put down my fork, my knife and fork. I take a bite. And as I might still be watching TV, we're in the middle of watching Prison Break, my husband and I right now. An old show, but still it's decent. But I'm chewing my food and I'm mindful about my food. I'm tasting it. I'm mindfully chewing it. Like not just putting it in my mouth, going 1, 2, chew, swallow. I'm chewing it 20 times, 30 times. And then I go back, pick up the knife and fork, take another piece of food and eat it. And so this mindful eating, I mean, how simple is this, right? It's a simple shift, but it makes a huge difference. Because what starts to happen is we actually start to have a more compassionate relationship with food. So instead of labeling foods as good or bad or punishing yourself for eating certain things, you can actually start to tune into what your body needs. Your body gives you cues for what it wants and what it needs. We often don't know how to listen yet because we're stuck in that mindless eating. Again, not you, nothing wrong with you. It's just what we've been indoctrinated into. But when you start to tap into what your body needs, and this can be emotional cravings, this can be stress eating, this can be all of those other human behaviors, right? It can feel so freeing. because it's empowering to understand and get to know your body on such an intimate level. So often we don't yet know how to listen to our body. And that's what a big part of what this journey is about. And how do we nurture ourselves? How do we nourish ourselves when we don't really know what we want yet? But we can learn. It's part of the system that I teach. And so I think that, one of the things that I want for you is for you to not feel guilty about your food choices, right? I want you to learn to trust your body and give it the nourishment that it needs without restrictive rules, so that you can actually begin to create a healthier and more balanced approach to eating that actually lasts long term. No matter what you go through, no matter how stressed or tired, or whether you're traveling or it's the holidays or whatever, this approach is long term. It's not a quick fix like a diet. It is long term. So I want you to remember too, I do just want to touch on exercise, because I think that that also is a really important part of a healthy weight. Now, some of you may know already, some of you may not. I actually was a personal trainer for 10 years prior to a massive car accident that turned my life upside down, leaving me with 5 herniated discs. But that pivoted my path to becoming a health coach. But it's helpful because I have both the knowledge from the physical aspect as well as the healthy eating and the mental and the mindset stuff too. So let's talk about exercise, because I think so often we put a lot of pressure on ourselves, right, to exercise like crazy, right, and get back into it, thinking that that is the key that opens the door to maintaining that healthy weight. But again, let's talk about stress here. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. If you are stressed about moving and you're so exhausted, like you come home from work, you can't even take your coat off and you just fall onto the couch and you're like, oh, you see your sneakers in the corner of the room and you're like, yeah, I know I should go for a walk, but you pick up the remote and you turn on the TV and that's it. You're stuck for a couple of hours. I mean, moving your body, getting healthy food on the table are real challenges for so many of us when we've gone through treatment and we're dealing with this fatigue. It's real. It's not fake. It's not in your mind. You're not being lazy. It's real. It's often your body saying, hey, I need to switch things up here. Can we have a little bit of kindness? Can we have some nurturing here, please? And so my advice is, yes, while eating habits play a big role in maintaining this healthy weight, gentle movement is another essential part of the puzzle. Let me repeat that. Gentle movement. We're not looking at what you were doing before cancer. We're not looking at what you think you should be doing, getting in the gym 5 days a week. I'm talking about gentle movement and approaching exercise with kindness, flexibility, and especially when it comes to your energy levels, right? And think of it this way, right? If you're exhausted and you say, I need to go for a 30-minute fast-paced walk, is that more stress or less stress than 10 minutes walking in place in the house? Or stretching, 10 minutes of walking, 5 minutes of stretching, some yoga, some breath work. Understand me, I'm not saying don't move. We need to move our bodies for life. We really do. It's so important. But exercise is not just about losing weight. It's about supporting your overall health and well-being, boosting your mood, reducing inflammation, and keeping your body strong, right? So whether it's a walk or yoga or dancing around your living room, finding movement that you actually enjoy, not stress about, that one shift can make a huge difference in how you feel. Huge. You don't need to spend hours at the gym or follow a rigid workout routine to see benefits. Focus on what feels good for you, your body, and be patient with yourself as you regain your strength and your stamina. It takes time. Trust me, I've had to regain my strength and stamina a number of times, still doing it from an incident almost 11 months ago. And I'm still working on rebuilding my strength and stamina, being patient. And so now, if all of this is sounding overwhelming, and I know it can be a lot, I want you to know that it doesn't have to be. You don't have to navigate the journey of healthier eating and weight management alone. That's why I'm so excited to invite you to my free masterclass. I told you I'd be sharing about a class that I've got coming up. It's called From Difficult to Doable. It truly is my goal for you. I share 4 easy steps to make eating healthier after breast cancer. Period. That's it. And this class is specifically designed for breast cancer survivors like you, who are ready to feel healthier and more energized without the pressure of diets or complicated plans. Let me give you a sneak peek of what you're going to learn in the class. You're going to learn how to start small and make simple changes that fit your lifestyle. You'll learn the exact steps you can take to eat healthier in a way that actually feels easy and manageable. You're going to learn why you don't need to rely on willpower. What a relief that would be, right? Because I'm going to show you how to build habits that last without relying on motivation or feeling deprived. You're going to learn how to make peace with food and your body, right? Talk about nurturing and nourishment. Say goodbye to that diet mindset. Learn how to nourish yourself with kindness and self-compassion. And I'll be sharing about my proven easy habits system for healthier eating and living. You're going to walk away with some practical tools that make it easier to eat well, manage stress, and feel your best. No diet required. Don't like them. Now, I created this class because I've seen too many women struggle with eating healthier after breast cancer, feeling like they should just do it, right? People tell you, just do it. But maybe you don't know where to start and what exactly to do. And I've also seen the damage that dieting can do, both physically and emotionally. And that's why my approach is rooted in sustainability, self-compassion, and making changes that work for you. This class isn't about quick fixes or losing weight as fast as possible. It's about empowering you to feel strong, healthy, and confident in your body without all of the stress and pressure. You see, you deserve to feel good about what you're putting into your body and to enjoy the process of taking care of yourself, my friend. My class will show you how to do exactly that with practical steps that are simple and easy to follow, because that's how I roll. Okay. So if you're ready to take the next step towards a healthier, more vibrant life after breast cancer, I would love for you to join me in the upcoming masterclass. It's completely free. You'll walk away with everything you need to start eating healthier in a way that feels doable and, most importantly, sustainable, right? Something that you can keep going with and never throw in the towel again. So around where you're watching this video, you'll see a link for you to join the masterclass so that you can start your journey to feeling better, right? Without the diets, without this stress. And honestly, I can't wait to see you there, because this is so exciting to help you start doing life in a completely different way. Okay, I hope to see you there. Again, thank you so much for watching and joining me today for Wellbeing Wednesday. I'm Karen Del Maestro, your health coach, breast cancer and BRCA2 thriver, and I teach a step-by-step anti-diet system that makes eating healthier for breast cancer survivors as simple to follow as your favorite chocolate chip cookie recipe. Okay, sign up for the masterclass now. I can't wait to see you there. And I'll see you next week. Bye for now.